Hello everyone, it's me, Azalea, and welcome back for another mod review here on my channel. So today we're going to be going over 3 1.15.2 mods for Java Edition. All 3 of these mods can be found on CurseForge, and they are all relatively new. I think they've all been made in the last week or so, and they're all still being worked on. So what you see here today is not the final version of the mod, which I think is really exciting and kind of adds an element of excitement because we get to watch the mod develop and see how it started. So with that being said, let's jump into it. One of the mods that we're going to be talking about is called Neoncraft. So as you can see above our adorable little farm here, we have the word farm spelled out. And if you're wondering how I did that, it's with the Neoncraft mod. So as you can see here, we have all these letters and numbers and little arrows that light up with neon. They're essentially just bright lights, and all you need to do to craft them is essentially just a different combination of these glass sticks and the neon tube, and that's how you make the letters as well as the numbers as well as the arrow. They're just laid out differently on how you craft each one depending on what the letter is. And as you can see here, there is a red glass stick, a green one, and a blue one. These I don't think at the moment have any purpose, but the creator did say that they're working on making colored letters and everything, so I think that's what these are going to be eventually used for. But yeah, it's a simple mod, but it honestly just adds something really cute. I just love the idea of spelling things out or adding numbers or whatever it is that you want. You can be really creative with it, and it's super cute. So the next mod that we're going to be going over is called the Farmer's Delight mod, and this adds a bunch of crops and recipes that you can use for 1.15, and I really like this one. I know there's a lot of farming mods out there, but this one in particular I liked because first of all, it's still being worked on, which I always think is cool, and also it kind of adds a level of actual survival to it, you know? So essentially what it is you have to actually make your food by cooking it in this thingy, it's called a pot, but in this pot and everything, and it just kind of gave me camping vibes. So I did create a little tent here, which is where we would sleep and everything, and it's really sweet. Right here, if you're kind of wondering what this right here is called the organic compost, and so if you put down the compost, eventually it'll turn into this, which is mulch. And then if we take a hoe and right click it, we can turn it into farmland, which is what I did over here in our little garden / farm area. So right here we have 2 things planted. We have tomatoes, which if you just right click on the plant, you can collect the little tomatoes. So all you have to do with the cabbage is just break it and you will get the seeds and the cabbage. So you can just replant the seeds and it will grow. So now we have cabbage and tomatoes. As well as that, we have a lot of wild plants that you can actually find, which is kind of how you get the seeds and everything for the stuff. So if we go ahead and break this one, you can see you couldn't see it because I put it away, but we did get cabbage seeds because that was a wild cabbage plant. Here is a wild carrot plant. Here is a potato plant, and here is a beetroot plant. And as you can see in the mod, if I just type in Farmer's Delight, there is a few other wild plants you can find, like wild onions, there's tomato vines, and stuff like that. So if we now wanted to go ahead and cook something with our newfound vegetables, we can go ahead and take a bowl, and all we have to do, these are 2 separate items. So the pot you put on top of this thing, which, what is this called exactly? A stove. And then a cooking pot. So the stove, you just need iron, a campfire, and bricks. And the cooking pot, you just need bricks, a wooden shovel, a bucket of water, and 5 iron ingots. And then you put the pot on top of that, and you right click the pot, and it shows you this little thing. So then what we would do is, for me personally, I'm gonna make some vegetable soup, but as well there's a lot of different things you can make. There's tomato sauce, there's hamburgers, there's pasta, just a bunch of different things, but I want to make some veggie soup. So in order to make the vegetable soup, we need a piece of cabbage, carrot, potato, and beetroot, and then we put the little bowl. So let's go ahead and do that. So it was this, oh no, I already forgot the order. Okay, carrot, potato, beetroot, and cabbage. And then all we need to do is take the little bowl, we put the bowl in here, and as you can see, it is cooking. And we now have a vegetable soup, which is, it's just such a cute little way of making it. It's kind of more exciting than just putting it all in a crafting table. It kind of adds an element of realism, you know, having to like cook your food and everything. I think it's really sweet. So a lot of these do kind of work with that. There are certain things, like for example this honey cookie that you would make in the crafting table, but a lot of the like soups and pastas and everything, you would just make it in there, which I find really, really cool. And there is more to this mod, which I think is just super cool. So in this chest here, I have a knife, and with this knife you can do a variety of things. As you kind of saw, there are certain recipes that require a knife. Let me see if I can find one. Of course, now I can't. Okay, here we go. So if you want a slice of cake, you take a cake and use a knife, and then it makes that. And there's a few other ones I think as well. But what I think is really cool is you can take the knife and right click on a tree, and it makes a tree stripped, which we obviously had already, but it gives you a piece of tree bark, which I'm not sure if you can eat. I think you can. I'm not entirely sure, but I think it is used for certain recipes as well. So it's just kind of a cool little element. And just a couple other things. There are these sweet little baskets, which if you right click, you can store stuff in. So for example, we can put all of our stuff in there, but it doesn't actually fill up the basket, which I think would have been cool. But I don't know if that's something they're planning on adding or maybe not. But either way, it's just an extra storage thing that looks a bit different, so you don't just have to have chests and barrels everywhere. And yeah, so I think that's pretty much it for this mod. So we're gonna now move on to the final mod. Alright, so the final mod that we're going to be going over today is called the Wisps. So this mod adds these 3 little wisps. One of them is called the Wisp of Flight, the Wisp of Regen, and the Wisp of Evil. So as these 2 names kind of suggest, the first one will give you flight even when you're in survival. This one right here will give you the like potion effects of regen. So if we go ahead and take this one, the Wisp of Flight, as you can see, I am in creative, but now, well, I should be able to fly. Why isn't it working? It was working earlier. What the heck? I'm not entirely sure what just happened. As you can see, the regen one is working, so it does give you regen, and if you take it out, it will like just start counting down. I'm not sure why the fly one is not working. What the heck? Okay, well, I'll figure that out in a second, but you can craft these. So for the Wisp of Flight, you need a gold block, 2 feathers, and a nether star. The Wisp of Regen is a diamond, an enchanted golden apple, and feathers. So as you can see, they're not exactly easy to craft, but they do give you pretty useful things, and by the looks of it, it does not seem to matter where you keep it in your inventory, and they don't have like a, what's the word? This. the duration bar. It doesn't seem to like go down or anything, which means you essentially have like constant regen, which is kind of OP. And then here we have the Wisp of Evil. So all it needs is 2 feathers and a lava bucket, which seems really simple. However, if I go ahead and get rid of that, and I just realized that I'm actually gonna heal, but it's fine. Let's just go ahead and put this one back in the chest, and apparently the Wisp of Flight doesn't want to work, but I swear it was working earlier. But if I take the Wisp of Evil and put it in my inventory, I instantly light on fire. And it has a really obnoxious noise, so the only way to fix it is to get it out of your inventory. So yeah, that one will light you on fire, and you will stay on fire until you get rid of it, essentially, until you take it out of your inventory. Even in water, even if you get back out, you'll start burning immediately. Obviously water stops it, but you know, we still have the regen, which is handy, but the point is that is very dangerous. But yeah, so that's all the mods that we're going to be going over today. If you guys want to download them and test them out in your game, you should definitely check out the description where I have all of them linked. And yeah, thanks so much for watching, guys. I do hope you enjoyed, and I will talk to you all in my next video. Subscribe if you want more, and leave a like if you enjoyed, and I'll talk to you guys later. Goodbye, everyone.